Hey guys, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys. Well, you know that we have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills coming back, and I feel like we're about to have a lot of Beverly Hills news overload. Like it's all going to start pouring out, and I'm so excited for it. It's one of my favorite franchises, and there's a lot happening. So, yes, I want to hear about all of it. Now, there was a clip that came out where Garcelle and Erika were sitting together, and we did a video on this earlier, and Garcelle was sitting there saying that she feels like Erika's in denial because Erika was telling her, I'm done with Sutton. I'm good on her. And she, led this sort of firing off at me over a bunch of allegations of things that have been disproven. And Garcelle was like, wait a minute, if they've been disproven, why have they not been in the media outlets? Now, I talked to somebody else that I work with every once in a while, and they said, well, because the press didn't want to pick up on the positive things. And I'm like, I don't know about that. So now Ronald Richards is coming out and he's tweeting about it, and he gave us a few other tidbits, some more information. It's actually pretty juicy. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So if you're not following attorney Ronald Richards on Twitter, well, you can go find him at Ronald Richards. He tweeted yesterday about 15 hours ago and then tweeted it again about 3 hours ago, different information that came out about Erika Girardi. Is there more? No, there's not more. Okay, well, there's a few, but that's fine. One of them said, breaking stipulation in the Girardi Keese bankruptcy reveals the California State Bar had retained a private law firm to investigate whether Tom Girardi's connections influenced the complaint process as it is related to himself and his firm. And then he posted the stipulation below. Then he took the clip of Erika and Garcelle talking that's going to appear in this new season, and he tweeted this statement by @Jayne, he always loves to tag her, which is so funny, is blatantly misleading. $25 million was paid from Girardi and Keese and was never paid back. All the money was spent on Erika's personal expenses. She then improperly deducted it from her joint tax returns as expenses. It was only for her benefit. That's strong. Now, he also added in another tweet that came out about 3 hours ago, like I said, here is a link to 50 pages of insider payments to American Express for Erika Girardi, and EJ Global LLC. The proposed Edelson PC complaint traces the money from client settlements, including the Boeing victims, to pay for her expenses. Erika Girardi, Erika Jayne, is not being truthful on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Then he attached this document, and it says, where this is the part I'm going to go through, and he highlights part of it. Cayman also used the funds transferred to the Nano Bank account to pay the balance of American Express credit or charge cards. Highlighted says, these payments covered expenses charged to those cards by Tom, Erika, and Erika's companies. Still highlighted, the payments are set forth in details in lines 4.1 through 4.339 of the Statement of Financial Affairs filed by Girardi Keese. And then it goes in, point A, after it says Chapter 7, Trustee Alyssa Miller on August 24th, 2021. As an example, point A. As of March 3rd, 2020, the Girardi Keese client trust account at Torrey Pines Banks contained only $85,118.57. The only credit to that account between March 4th, 2020 and March 10th, 2020 was a wire transfer for, and he completely put out that he blocked it out, from Perkins Coie, representing the settlement funds for Anise Chasm's case. Between March 4th, 2020 and March 10th, 2020, in 5 separate checks, Girardi Keese transferred $810,000 from the client trust account to the Nano Bank operating account with memo lines reading fees, followed by the amount of the check and the case number. Girardi Keese's internal case number from Lion Air, but the amount properly deductible from Anise Chasm's settlement for fees, costs, and for advance only totaled, and then they listed the money, but blocked it out. It's almost over. The highlighted part, C and D. C says, on March 4th, 2020, the balance of the NanoBank operating account was only $1,570.62. Between March 4th, 2020 and March 12th, 2020, the only deposits into the account were the 5 checks above. On March 10th of 2020, the NanoBank operating account made payments to American Express of $211,441.46 and $238,833.77. Point D, thousands of dollars of those payments were for Erika's company, EJ Global, and could only have come from Anise Chasm's settlement. This is not good. Not good for Erika. Okay, so going back, obviously we know that Ronald Richards is always tweeting out whatever's going on in the case, and he's been pretty, he's been pretty open about it and consistent, and he was a part of the case brought on by the trustee. They've been trying to figure out where the money went. They know where it came from. It came from settlements out of clients' funds, but where did the money go and where was it spent? We've had Ronald Richards on our channel in the past, and he even let us know that she spent a lot of the money on her American Express card. Now, Erika is on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills saying that a lot of the charges, not charges, but the complaints and claims that have been made have been disproven. That's when he's like, no, that's actually not true. And again, to read the statement that he said, here is a link to 50 pages of insider payments to American Express for Erika Girardi / EJ Global LLC. The proposed Edelson PC complaint traces the money from client settlements, including the Boeing victims, to pay for her expenses. Erika is not being truthful on hashtag RHOBH. That's a lot that's being said. So I am so curious. I want to pick your guys' brains and see. That's what a weird statement to say. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Give me your unfiltered opinions. But Erika, going into this new season, we know that a lot of the conversation is going to surround everything that went on with her soon-to-be ex-husband, Tom Girardi, the lawsuits, the filings, the complaints. And she said to Garcelle that right now it's time for her to be happy again and get to a better place. She's also said in clips, she doesn't give a fuck about anybody but herself. She said multiple things. I think this is going to be a tough season for Erika. And if she is trying to go in and win over the victims, well, that's probably not going to happen. I don't see her winning over the victims with these statements. I think these statements are insane. But I want to hear what your thoughts are. So guys, go ahead and comment below. And before you go, don't forget that the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion part 2 airs tonight. And we will be back at 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow with Zach Peter to talk about all of it. We're going to be covering it all, mentioning it all. And that's exactly what we're coming back to do. I love you guys so much. We'll see you so very soon. Bye guys.